Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
A third of specialist vehicles designed to cope with the aftermath of terrorist, chemical, biological or nuclear attack are to be withdrawn by the end of the month in this country. A leaked document from the Chief Fire Officers Association says that 43 specially equipped decontamination units are sufficient to meet England's needs instead of the current 65. Labour says the cut represents a security risk. James Blake has been to see one of the threatened units based at St Albans in Hertfordshire.
This was not a training exercise, but a real-life emergency. In August, specialist CBRN teams were called to a swimming pool in St Andrews after reports of a chlorine gas leak. It's a rare example of a mass decontamination unit deployed in the UK, tasked with helping people exposed to chemical, biological or nuclear material. There are 65 incident response units in England acquired after the 9/11 attacks in America, but now the government plans to cut this number by a third. A leaked document entitled National Resilience Information Note states that 22 IRUs have been identified as surplus to requirements. It lists which English fire stations will have their decontamination units decommissioned within the next 2 weeks, from Penzance in Cornwall to Morecambe in Lancashire and 20 areas in between.
We're very surprised by it. I think lots of firefighters across the country have been trained on this equipment over many years, are shocked at it. And I think a lot of the actual fire and rescue services as well, including their management teams, are a bit surprised. There hasn't been a lot of consultation. There's no real explanation of why this decision's been made, and people are a little concerned about that.
One of the IRUs about to be mothballed had seen active service at the Buncefield oil depot explosion in 2005. Based at St Albans fire station, she covered Hertfordshire in the event of a terrorist attack. For the next 10 days, this unit is still operational, so everything has to stay packed up and ready to be deployed at a moment's notice. Now here, this is the inflatable tent that comes out the side of the unit. They install warm showers at the top, so any casualties are walked through or carried through. And the unit itself is designed to decontaminate 300 people every hour. One aspect that's apparently contributed to the change is that the existing protective clothing is about to expire its use-by date.
This decision was taken in secret, was not reported to Parliament, and at a time when our country faces a uniquely awful generational threat of terrorism, it's the worst possible time to run down preparedness for what happens if there's a dirty bomb attack.
Now this is a training exercise to test the response to a chemical attack on the Tube in 2003. Today the government has said public safety is its #1 priority, that a sufficient number of units remain, and it'll focus on training first responders to start decontamination before specialist units arrive.